Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen and learn about our nonprofit organization, Via Love International. Via Love was formed in 2014, and in 2015 was serving full-time in the country of Honduras. Honduras is a country with many difficulties and great need, but also full of incredible people with much potential and much to offer the world. As we began serving in Honduras, we began to notice the need for food. We noticed that there were many families that couldn't put food on the table. As we served with different orphanages and organizations, we learned that a lot of times kids were sent to orphanages or were taken from their families because of malnutrition or lack of food on the tables. We met kids who had mental delays, physical delays because of not having sufficient nutrients provided for them in their homes, causing families to be separated and causing kids to have lifelong difficulties. We also saw that because of the gang influence in Honduras, when kids didn't have enough food to eat or when they had to go long periods of time without food, they were more likely to be pulled in by the local gangs to get involved with things that they shouldn't, that are unproductive to them, just because they were hungry. So we have felt that our feeding programs are a great way for us to meet a basic need, allowing families to stay together, allowing kids to stay healthy, and allowing kids the opportunity to make a different decision for their present and their future. One of our feeding programs is located in a mountain village in Santa Barbara, Honduras, where we are feeding daily 40 kids from this small remote mountain village. Many of the kids are already working in the coffee fields, but having this benefit of a place to come and to eat and to belong has been a great blessing to the kids and their families. We have seen many families blessed by the ability to have their kids fed at least one meal every single day. Life can be difficult in this mountain village as there are not a lot of resources close by, as the families depend on the coffee harvest for their income. So with the different natural disasters that Honduras has been plagued with over the last several years, it has made it difficult for these families to provide for their children, and we are very happy that we are able to serve them in this way. Our other feeding program is located in Omoa, Honduras, on the northern coast. In the local dump of Omoa, there is a whole community of people living, men, women, and children. We noticed that the kids were spending time with their families digging through the trash to find anything that would serve them in their house, anything that they would be able to resell, or anything that they would be able to use to survive. As we started the feeding program in Omoa, we started seeing kids spending less time digging through trash and more time doing productive things. They no longer had to worry about where their food was going to come from because they knew that every day they were going to get a hot, healthy meal. They could depend on it. We now have 75 kids in the feeding program in Omoa. So every day we're seeing over 100 kids be fed a hot, healthy meal. But it's more than just the food. We're able to spend time with them every day, teaching them Bible lessons, teaching them character development, and many other things, but most importantly, giving them a place where they can belong, and a place where they feel loved, and a place where they feel safe. We've started teaching them music, giving the kids something to look forward to while learning a new skill, but also music has just been a great therapy for them. They're able to choose between piano, drums, bass, and guitar, and the kids have really jumped in and they're loving it. One of the biggest changes that we've seen with our kids is how they're now able to dream and think about their future. When we first started working with these kids, we would ask them the question, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And most of them would just look at us like they didn't understand the question that we were asking, because to them, the only thing they knew was cutting coffee or driving a dump truck. That's all they knew. And so most of them didn't know how to answer our question. But now that we've been working with these kids and their families, we hear kids dreaming about wanting to be police officers or wanting to be lawyers or wanting to be doctors or teachers or musicians or a whole slew of other things. They're dreaming and they're seeing that the possibilities are endless. We are currently serving in a new community as well, a shanty town in an area of Honduras called El Progreso. El Progreso is a part of Honduras that has been heavily affected by the heavy rains and hurricanes that we've suffered over the last few years. Many of the families that we're serving have been displaced more than once and spent months on end in shelters each rainy season. Via Love has been able to provide disaster relief, COVID relief, And anything we can do to help these people in their time of need, we've been able to take food, mattresses, diapers, anything that we can do to serve these people. As we're getting to know the community and seeing what their needs are, we are hopeful that in the future, we will be able to have a daily feeding program feeding kids there as well. We know that education is key for kids to be able to have opportunities in their future. While many of them do not have a great educational option locally in their communities, we are able to help sponsor different students. In the communities we serve in, school only goes until 6th grade. After that, they have to travel to a nearby city to be able to get to a school to further their education. And we're very thankful that we've been able to help many students continue their studies beyond 6th grade. And this year in 2023, we've been able to begin our first scholarship to university as we have a young girl beginning her journey to become a doctor. We hope to continue to sponsor students, but we also hope to be able to open our own schools someday in the communities that we're serving in, where we'll be able to see kids get an education, kindergarten, all the way through graduation, and be prepared to go into university or whatever they choose to study. Recently, we began to teach different trades as well. We want to be able to give the opportunity for all of our youth and even adults in the communities that we serve the opportunity to learn a skill that can serve them. We began with a welding program where we have students learning welding in hopes that this will help them to find a job or even start their own businesses. We've also been teaching audio and video production as well as graphic design. We have people learning how to make videos, learning how to record and produce music, and learning how to make graphic designs for different people, again in hopes that they'll be able to find a job or start their own businesses and accomplish their dreams. We're very excited about the doors that are opening and about the opportunities that are coming for our communities. We also hope that soon we will be able to offer microfinancing as they learn their trades, as they learn their skills, that then they would be able to have a place where they could get a small loan to jumpstart their own business, to see themselves and their families move from poverty and move from need into having abundance and into thriving and living successful lives. Due to the prices of food rising over the last couple of years and other factors, we were able to start a farm where we have chickens. We're able to grow dozens of different kinds of vegetables and fruits that we're able to use to stretch our budget with the feeding programs to feed more kids. As prices go up, the number of kids that are coming to our feeding programs have increased, but our budget has not. And the farm has helped us to be able to stretch our budget farther, to be able to send fruits and vegetables home with the families, to have eggs and chickens that we can use in our feeding programs as well. And it's also given the opportunity for people in the community to learn how to grow their own food, to learn how to grow their own crops. We hope to soon have more locations of our crops and of our chickens, and including a greenhouse to be able to grow these things year-round, even during rainy season. For Via Love, it is important to us that we are always working and collaborating with other people in our mission. It's important to us that in every community where we're serving, we are working alongside a local church. For us, we know that to see true transformation and true change, we have to be able to work with other partners, to work with other people. So we work with local churches, we work with local schools, and we work with different organizations to provide the meals and the food that we're giving to the kids, as well as the services. We know that to be able to go as far as we want to go, to complete the vision that we have for these communities and other communities here in Honduras and throughout the world, that we have to collaborate. And we're so thankful that we have many different partners that we're collaborating with, both in the United States and in Honduras as well. We have seen so many great things happen for these first 8 years that Via Love has been serving here in Honduras. We could tell you story after story of lives being touched, lives being changed, lives being transformed, but this is just the beginning. There is a lot more to do here in Honduras. There is a lot more that we want to see, a lot more that we want to participate in, and so we thank you for being part of this with us. We try to keep everyone updated on what we're doing through our website at www.via.loveinternational.com. We also have a YouTube and Instagram page at Via Love International, and we have a Facebook page as well. We hope that you'll be able to follow along on our journey of what God is doing here in Honduras and what we're able to be a part of here, and we would love to have you be a part. We are always needing to grow and expand the services that we're able to offer, and so any donation that you can make now or in the future is always appreciated. Thank you for being in this with us. Thank you for believing in the youth and children of Honduras, and may God bless you.